Are you ready to do some two-step equations? Me too. Let's go. All right. Just warming it up with some one-step equations. Remember, you undo operations by doing its opposite. So if we have x minus 5 and we're trying to get rid of minus 5, we would add 5 to both sides. You got to keep that equation balanced. And so if you do it on one side, do it on the other. 14 plus 5 will give us 19. Easy enough, easy enough. X plus 3.8. How are we going to get rid of plus 3.8? Yeah, subtract it. Minus 3.8 on both sides. And 9 minus 3.8 will be 5.2. Okay, now you should be able to do all these. That's why I'm kind of going through them quickly. These are one-step equations. We're trying to get rid of negative 7 with the x. The opposite of negative 7 is positive 7. So we can add 7 to both sides because negative 7 plus 7 is 0. So we'll just have x on the left. On the right, we have 7 plus 7 is 14. Great. X minus 13 equals 20. How do we get rid of minus 13? You got it. We'll add 13 to both sides. 20 plus 13 gives you 33. Ooh, x over 4 equals 8. Wow, that means division. So let's multiply to get rid of it. Multiply by 4 on both sides. 8 times 4, 32. All right, 9 equals 3x. Now just because it's on the right side doesn't make a difference. We're still just, that's 3 times x. So we have to divide by 3 on both sides, which will give us 3 equals x. Or if you'd like, you could write x equals 3. It means the same thing. All right, last 3. 10x equals 2. 10 times x. So we're going to have to divide by that 10. 2 divided by 10, sure, you could do the decimal, but we're too cool for that. Let's simplify the fraction. 2/10 divided both by 2. 1/5. Oh yeah, here we go. When you have a fraction 2/3 times x, you could divide by 2/3, but remember when you divide by a fraction, you're really multiplying by the reciprocal. And you could do that in 2 steps if you'd like. I would just do it in 1. Times 3 over 2. Remember 6, if it was a fraction, would be 6 over 1 times 3 over 2. So if we multiply this, negative 6 times 3 is negative 18. 1 times 2 is 2, so negative 18 over 2 is negative 9. All right, one more, and then we're all warmed up. X plus 2 3/4. You know we got to subtract the 2 3/4. But when you're subtracting fractions, remember you have to have a common denominator. So halves and fourths could both be fourths. So it would be 6 2/4 minus 2 3/4. Oh yeah, gotta do some borrowing. Okay, we don't have enough fourths here. So we can make the 6, we can take a whole out of it, make it 5. That whole we can add to the 2/4. One whole would be 4/4. So this would be 6/4. Now we'll have enough. Alright, so we got 5 minus 2 is 3, 6/4 minus 3/4 is 3/4. So 3 3/4. Today, ooh, 2-step equations. Wow. Now these are the steps for nearly every problem. We're going to undo addition and subtraction first, and then we're going to undo multiplication and division second. Now, that's not for every single problem. And you're like, oh, what? Not every single problem? Are we going to have an example where it's not like that? I'm so glad you asked, because I have to sneeze. And the last problem we do is going to be one of those problems. So, 10 equals m over 4 plus 2. Now, I've seen kids do this, and I've recommended this before. You put a wall down the equal sign. If you change something on the right to like throw off the balance, you do the same thing on the other side of that wall. So I see the plus 2. That's not grouped in with the m, so we can just get rid of that. opposite of plus 2 is minus 2. If you subtract it on one side, you subtract it on the other. 10 minus 2 is 8. On the right side, these cancel, so we just have m over 4, which means m divided by 4. How do you get rid of divided by 4? Yeah, you multiply by 4. Times 4 times 4. 4 times 8 is 32. So you got 32 equals m. Now you can substitute that back into the original and make sure it works if you had extra time. 10 equals 32 over 4 plus 2. 32 divided by 4 is 8, plus 2 is 10. It worked. So, I'll have you pause it here and try them. I'm just going to start working them out. So pause it and then replay it when you're done so you can check your answers that you got. Plus 3 n equals 2y. We'll divide that by 2 on both sides and we end up with 5 equals y. Over here we'll have to get rid of the minus 15 first by adding 15. X over 9 equals 27. Wow. And then we get rid of the divided by 9 by multiplying by 9 on both sides. X equals 1 times 3, I believe is 243. Let's see over here. Ooh, there's a curveball on this one. We'll subtract the 15. Negative x equals negative 3. Now negative x is like negative 1 in x. So we can divide both sides by negative 1. And we get x equals positive 3. Nice. Alright, so hopefully you did a good job with those. If not, let me know in class 2 and I can clear up some stuff for you. But this is like essential skills, the two-step equation. A music store sells a copy of a deluxe electric guitar for $295. This is $30 more than 1/3 of the cost of a deluxe electric guitar it is modeled after. Huh? What is the cost of the deluxe electric guitar? Alright, so we got some important stuff there. The copy is $295. Now, we'll do the deluxe stuff on the right. This is $30 more than 1/3 of the deluxe electric guitar. So not the copy. This is like the real deal. So it says $30 more than. What operation do you think of when you hear more than? Yeah, addition. So we're going to have 30 plus, or you could have whatever we're going to have here plus the 30. Makes no difference. Then it says 1/3 of the cost of the regular guitar. So 1/3 of the cost we're going to say is 1/3 times X or G. We'll use G for the guitar. So we have the 1/3 of the cost and then the $30 extra. So if we balance it out, we'll get rid of the 30. We can subtract it from both sides to get rid of it. It'll give us $265. That's going to be 1/3 of the cost of the Deluxe Primo Edition. So if we're trying to get rid of 1/3 times something, we could divide by 1/3. But again, we're dividing by a fraction, so we could just multiply by the reciprocal, which would be 3 over 1. And 3 over 1 is just 3. So we can multiply both sides by 3. Alright. Whew. Yeah, this one's going to be a doozy. So 3 times 5 is 15, carry the 1. 3 times 6 is 18, plus 1 is 19. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So 795 equals G. But we're answering a word problem, so why not answer the actual question? What is the cost of the guitar? It's $795. It's got to be a pretty outstanding guitar. Pretty outstanding. All right. 2 more, and then I'm going to show you that sweet other 5%. We've done the problems we've done are similar to this. We're getting rid of the plus 5 first. How do we do that? You know we're subtracting the 5. 1 minus 5 is -4. On the right side we have k divided by 12. How do we get rid of divided by 12? With its opposite, times 12. 12 times -4 is -48. Alright, cool. Now I have one here for you to try. So just like before, I'm going to have you pause it, try it, and then check back in and see if you got the same answer I did. Okay? So give it a whirl. Add the 9 to both sides. -4m equals 12. That's -4 times m, so we're going to divide by -4. 12 divided by -4, -3. All right. Again, I'm hoping you got that right. I'm rooting for you. Bunch of problems that you can practice here on the notes. But here's the other 5%. So you'll notice the difference here is x minus 3 is like one group. It's the numerator. It's all being divided by 4. So if we want to cancel all of that being divided by 4, we can multiply by 4. Because multiplication cancels out division. But if we do it to one side, we have to do it to the other side. So these cancel, so we're just left with x minus 3. Over here, -8 times 4 is -32. And now we have x minus 3, so we get rid of the -3 by adding 3. -32 plus 3 is -29. So, I hope you feel pretty comfortable with solving two-step equations, but just like everything, you gotta practice it to get better at it. So do some practicing and see how you do, okay?